In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Quite often, quite often, while sitting amongst some of the people who could be our close relative, the people who could be our friends, close friends, are the people who are just our acquaintances. Someone says or does an unpleasant, slightly unpleasant, unreasonable thing about us. And in a situation like this one, in a situation like this one, many times we respond in a slightly emotional manner, saying something which is not so good. Maybe momentarily we want to do all that to release our stress which was created after listening, after seeing something which was not so admirable at all, which was not so appropriate at all about us. Dear friends, after saying or doing something in a haste which is more emotional than rational, we even increase the burden, the stress level we were experiencing already. So, for that reason, it's not good and pleasant at all. It do not prove itself as something which can be taken as a wise step, a wise reaction or remarks. Not so pleasant at all. It will increase something which is not so pleasant at all, because it actually means that we are giving it a kind of stoking, like putting fuel to fire, petrol to fire. It is a situation which amplifies something which is already unpleasant. So, keeping in view this sort of reaction, I think what we have done or said is not pleasant at all. It is not wise or intelligent at all. Not wise, not intelligent at all. It rarely happens that anything which we said instantly in a haste as a reaction to something which is unpleasantly said or done about us, rarely our reaction proves good. Rarely, not so frequently. And those who have the ability, self control, and patience to ignore it, but take cognizance of it as well. Ignoring, but taking cognizance of it at the same time, being cognizant, that is the right approach. It will it will not stoke that unpleasant situation at all, because fighting, contesting something straightforwardly it does not go into our benefit at all. If at all we want our picture to be saved in the minds and the hearts of the people as somebody who's pleasant enough, I believe that is not the right strategy at all. The right strategy is to take cognizance of it on the one hand but ignoring it apparently. We have ignored it apparently. Apparently. Once I say that we have ignored it apparently, it doesn't mean that we are going to seek revenge from that particular person. Rather, we need to be slightly careful and cautious. We shouldn't be allowing to this sort of situation to be created again. That is what I mean by taking cognizance, being cognizant. Ignoring is usually the right strategy, but there are certain things. If at all a person is saying something else or doing something else in a routine, she has made it a routine, then the right thing is to take on that in a prepared manner, in a prepared, well prepared, pre prepared manner. Prepare it in advance. Prepare it in advance. Then you can ask somebody that please prove what you are saying is true. And if at all it is not true, then you should be ashamed of it. Generally speaking, being fool with a fool person, it's not a wise approach at all. If somebody is seen is saying or doing unwise things, impolite, dirty things. So being impolite and dirty with that particular person, it's not a right approach at all. So do not distort your picture in the mind and the hearts of the people at all. Make yourself as a pleasant person. Whatever the level of your pleasantness in the minds and the hearts of the people, do not let it deteriorate by something as trivial as this one. Learn to be patient, learn to ignore the thing, many of the things, and this is the right approach.